India, the USA, Great Britain, the Netherlands, Venezuela. People from these and many other countries of the world live with us side by side. They are working, starting families, growing up children and simply enjoying life in Kazakhstan. In our program Connecting Cultures, we share their stories that had occurred before they came to Kazakhstan and after they arrived here. From them, we will learn how the experience of staying in our country has changed their destinies. Our program follows the life of foreigners in our country. This is true stories told by representatives of many nations living and developing in Kazakhstan, and for whom our country has become home. Understanding of a country's development, what internal and external factors influence on it, comes easier while living in this country. Nevertheless, observation from the outside can make a weighty contribution as well. Studying international relations by our today's hero Alberto Frigerio and also will to share his own observations and experience have led him to Kazakhstan. The hero of our program came into the world in the distant sunny land of Italy, that captivates everyone, not just by its ancient architecture of historical buildings, but also by the bright colors of modern dwelling houses. In his school days, Alberto diligently studied science disciplines, the knowledge of which came useful during the ensuing years. However, he always showed more interest in humanities subjects, and his desire to work in the diplomatic sphere determined his choice for the Faculty of International Relations at the University of Milan. Nevertheless, his professional life has formed differently.
I really believe that the education system of Kazakhstan is rapidly growing and is getting closer and closer to international standard. And this is testified by many different factors. The three most important are, first, that you are attracting here foreign professors as well as foreign students. Second, that you are paying attention on the future of students post-university. This is very important. Students are studying in order to get a job in the future, and you are working on that. Third, that people in general in Kazakhstan have a much better knowledge of the world rather than people in Europe and the United States. For a simple reason, in Kazakhstan you study Central Asia, Asia, Russia, Europe and America, while in Europe, in general, we don't consider Central Asia, and this is a huge lack for us. And I think that the future of the system of education in Kazakhstan is positive.
Alberto, for a start, tell us a little bit about your home, about places you were surrounded by during your childhood, and about your family.
So, essentially, I spent all my childhood in the city of Monza, which is a nice city in the north part of Italy. It has a very interesting historical center, but even more important, it has a wonderful public park. So I spent a lot of time going out there running or playing football with friends or just having a walk there. So I think it's an important asset of my hometown. About my family, so my family, I have a father. He was working in the municipality of my city, and my mom, Angie, she was a teacher of physical education, and I have a brother and a sister. We were a very close family, so we spent a lot of time together. In summertime, we were going to the seaside, to San Bartolomeo al Mare, which is in Liguria. And I spent a lot of time training by bike, so with my father, but with my mom I was going here and there, or how she taught me how to cook, something that I still like to do. Also with my brother we have a difference of 10 years. Still I was playing football with him, or sometimes actually going out with him. And with my sister I was playing beach volley, or we was just going out to watch movies in cinemas. So I have a wonderful family, and we are really close one each other, and we are still very close one each other.
What kind of child were you, and what were you interested in?
My brother is some kind of the philosopher. My sister is much more practical. I'm the last one, and I'm in the middle. During my childhood, I like a lot to play outside. And of course, it implied that many times I arrived at home completely dirty or hurted because we were playing out. When actually I was a teenager, I spent almost all my time doing cycling or studying, because this really occupied almost all my day. When actually I moved to a bachelor degree, I loved when actually I went to visit the north part of Sweden, and then actually we had this experience of the bathtub. So essentially you have almost to run, not naked, but okay, with bath costume in the clean snow, while outside is -20, you jump inside the clean snow, and then you go inside this bath with hot water. And it's pretty exciting and fun activity to do when you are young.
Our hero highly appreciates opportunities to travel. While studying for his master's degree at the University of Milan, Alberto got a chance to visit some of the most important cities of the United States. In addition, thanks to participating in various conferences, as well as to his will to spend spare time investigating culture and peoples of other governments, the hero of our program succeeded in traveling over almost the whole Western and Central Europe. And what did your traveling start from?
When I was still a baby, we went 2 times in Yugoslavia. It was still Yugoslavia when I went there. Later on, I went with friends many times in Spain during the summer period, just to have fun and relax, so nothing complicated. In my bachelor studies, I also spent 6 months in Erasmus in Sweden. Sweden was the first time where I spent, a long period of time abroad. I had to somehow manage my life alone. I had to arrange to cooking or taking care of the house. It has been a wonderful experience. I suggest to all students to have an experience abroad because it opens your mind. You actually listen to experience from people coming from other cultural backgrounds, and it's really funny. So do it. I think traveling is one of the best things that we have in our life.
And what cultural features are peculiar only to your people?
In Italy, I think that the most important tradition is Christmas, but I think that maybe more interesting and fun is Carnival. Because in Italy we are still used to wear costumes during Carnival, especially if you are a baby. So one time I was a musketeer, I was D'Artagnan. Second time I was a caveman, so every time I had different costume and also win some competition thanks to my beautiful costume. So I was very proud of of the way in which I was dressed. And this is, it's an interesting tradition of Italy.
The hero of our program worked for some time as a geopolitical analyst. Later, on graduating from the university in the Italian town of Lucca and earning a PhD degree, Alberto tried to find his purpose in the academic sphere. Thus, in 2014, he got the chance to work as an associate professor at the Kazakh American University in the city of Almaty, teaching geopolitics and international relations. Still, our hero had been lucky to visit Kazakhstan long before these events happened. And what are your impressions of Kazakhstan?
8 years ago, my brother moved to Kazakhstan to work here at Kimep University as professor. And that same year, me and my family came here in Kazakhstan to visit him during the Christmas holidays. We were very excited because, in Italy we didn't know much about Kazakhstan. Still, my brother started to tell us something about this country, and we were really interested to see how it was. And when we arrived, the first impression that this very interesting place actually is a mysterious place. You have really to discover it. So thanks to my brother, when I then after moved here, like 5 years later or 4 years later, I don't remember precisely, I had already some knowledge about Kazakhstan, some quite good knowledge about this place, its custom, its tradition, the language, people. I think that there are first of all, there are many similarities between Italian people and Kazakh people. So the attention paid on the guest or the sense of family, these are values that our culture share. And I was surprised about that because we are so distant, but still we have many points in common. In each place that you visit, there are different culture, different approaches, and different mentalities. I think this is actually what makes our world interesting. I was very satisfied about my first impression about Kazakhstani people. They are friendly, they actually liked a lot to talk with foreigners. It was a really nice surprise, actually, to meet Kazakh people.
In September 2016, Alberto Frigerio continued his professional activity as a professor of the Almaty Management University at the Faculty of Regional Studies.
The main reason why I work in the academic sphere is because I love to share my experience, my knowledge with students. I really believe they have huge potentials to become the leaders, political leaders in the next decades. And here in Kazakhstan you have many young people who have great skills. They just need to be trained. Beyond this, I'm of course interested in the research. Right now my research interest is somehow to combine the aspect of international relations with some elements of cultural studies. And this is a profession that allows me to spend some time reading articles and scientific publication, as well as to provide my own views and my own scientific perspective on how the world works. Kazakhstan is a country that from a political perspective has adopted a multivectorial policy, which means it has tried to maintain cordial and positive relations with all the countries in the world. I think that since its independence adopted the right policies, trying to emerge in the international system through a peaceful cooperation with all the countries of the world. In the current position of Kazakhstan, it certainly is the country in Central Asia that, from economic perspective, is the one that actually right now has the highest level of development.
Please tell us how Kazakhstan has changed your personal life forever.
Well, actually, Kazakhstan did not only change my personal life, but the life of my entire family, because my brother moved to work here in Kazakhstan, and then he met here his wife, and now he has 2 babies. For my PhD, I moved to study in the city of Lucca, and there I met beautiful young ladies from Kazakhstan, and some years later I married her. So you understand that one brother married with one Kazakh lady is okay, but 2 brothers married with 2 Kazakh ladies and they didn't know each other, and one met in Kazakhstan, the other met her in Italy, is something statistically highly improbable. I think it's really something strange and but interesting and funny. Maybe this is an effect of globalization, I don't know, but this is what happened to my family. Plus, right now we are in 3. I have also a small baby, Orlando, and he's actually the joy of my life, and we are very happy to have him here with us. And so our small Italian Kazakh community is growing. We hope also that it will continue to grow in the next future.
Is there a time for your favorite activities?
I don't have free time, but I try to get time by time a little space for myself. In general, I like to do sport, and so time by time I was going last year out to run. I would like to participate in the Almaty marathon, but the first year then when I arrived the day of the marathon I was ill, and the second year something else happened, or there was another issue, I don't remember, maybe this year, maybe, who knows. I hope so, finally. Sometimes we are playing football, so we organize kind of small football team made of professors from different universities, mostly Kime, but also other universities. Beyond this, I mean, I like to go out to eat in a restaurant time by time with my wife, or I appreciate, for example, to watch movies. So these are the kind of activities.
How do you see your future?
In the long term, I would like to visit another region, have a working experience in another region. Who knows, maybe North America, Latin America, or Southeast Asia. I don't know yet, but it would be nice to try a different experience. But I would also like to go back to Italy one day. But in the short term, I believe we are going to stay here, and also because we have a small baby, so I think it's better if we stabilize here for at least other 2 or 3 years. And I want to continue to work in that academic framework. So I'm enjoying my time here at Almaty Management University, and I think there are a good perspective for the future. So I hope I will remain here to work and continue my academic activity.
Traveling around the world, visiting traditional events and creating family unions let us get acquainted with culture of other peoples. But the main thing is to understand one another better.